Hey guys, it's Nick, and in this video I want to talk about this stock that's trading on the pink sheets that's worth $100 million, and the whole company consists of a single deli in a bad part of New Jersey. Would you pay $100 million for a single deli in a bad part of New Jersey? Probably not, you say, but let's test your investing skills, because if you are really good at that, think about it. You can buy a deli for cheap and take it up to $100 million like this deli did in New Jersey. So I'm going to play a game where I'm going to show you 3 delis and tell you about their sales, and you tell me which of those delis is the $100 million deli. If you guess right, you probably got a really good future in stock picking in the stock market, probably better than Warren Buffett's even. Before we get started, let me just say that this deli is in a bad part of New Jersey, kind of rural, close to Camden, not a good area. I'm going to show you the other 2 delis that I put in between with this one are going to be in much better areas. So it's not like saying, hey, here's a deli on Rodeo Drive and here's a deli on Skid Row. One's going to be worth more than the other. The ones that I'm showing you that are worth significantly less than $100 million are in much better areas. So let's take a look. So this $100 million deli is in Paulsboro, New Jersey, and it is 13 miles from lovely downtown Camden, New Jersey. If you don't know what Camden, New Jersey is, it's known as probably the worst city in the US with the, poorest people, highest crime, all that stuff, similar to kind of a Baltimore kind of place right across the river from Philadelphia. Okay, so this first deli that we're looking at that you're going to evaluate, and this is the most simplest way to evaluate a business that is attached to a stock. So a lot of people get detached between the business and the actual stock. So if you figured like a business being a single deli and all you looked at was the sales, the cost of goods, and the profit, and how much you are willing to pay for that one single deli, that's how you should look at how you pay for a stock. It's no different. So guys, get out your pen and paper and calculator and write down these numbers so that you can figure out which is the $100 million deli. This deli was established in 1976. Its rent is $4,500 a month. Its gross revenue is $677,000 a year, meaning that's their total sales, and its cash flow is $151,000, meaning if you are the owner and you work there all year as the only worker there, you will take home $150,000 after selling $677,000 worth of product. And like I said, this place has been here for 45 years, so a lot of people know it. And so this is deli number 1. Let's call it the Boar's Head Deli here. Okay, this is deli number 2 and has been around since 1995. Its rent is $4,200 a month, and its gross revenue is $400,000 a year. And its cash flow, how much you would get paid if you were the only worker working here all year long, is $120,000. It says many regular customers come to this place every day. There are 7 tables and 25 seats in a separate room. So let's call this deli number 2, or by the headline on this paper, Daddy's Home here. So this is deli number 3. Call it the Hometown Deli. Italian specialties, looks pretty nice outside, got 3 flags hanging, got the open sign and everything. This deli, since it was closed between March and September of 2020, it only had sales of a little less than $14,000 a year. But the year before, 2019, when it was open the full year, it did have sales of $21,772. And in 2019, on those $21,000, it lost $132,000. And in 2020, on its almost $14,000 in sales, it lost $624,438. So guys, make your calculations, and then we're going to go look at the 3 delis and see how much they are selling for. Okay, so here it is. Deli number 1 is not the $100 million deli. Even though you make $150,000 a year as profit from their sales of $677, you can buy this deli for $239,000. So it's not number 1. Deli number 2, with $400,000 in revenue and $120,000 in cash flow, is only selling for $125,000. So what that means is you can buy 800 of these delis. That will give you 800 times $120,000 a year. Or you can buy this deli for $100 million that has $14,000 a year in sales and loses $600,000 a year. So I don't know which one of you home gamers at home got the right answer, but this Hometown Deli is the $100 million deli. And here is an article on CNBC talking about it. It did $35,000 in sales in the last 2 years, but it's valued at $100 million. And hedge fund manager David Einhorn from Greenlight Capital pointed this out in a recent article. This Hometown Deli is a sole location for Hometown International, which has a market value of $100 million. The stock is HWIN, and the largest shareholder, the CEO, CFO / treasurer and director, who also happens to be the wrestling coach of the high school next door to the deli. The pastrami must be amazing, Einhorn said in a letter to clients published Thursday. Hometown started trading in 2019, but has many days when it didn't even have any shares traded. They call that trading by appointment. That's the joke of stocks that don't trade a lot. So yeah, in their 10K filing, they said they were closed from March 23rd to September 8th of last year because of the coronavirus. During that time, the stock price rose from $9.25 a share from $3.25 a share, and last traded just under $14 a share. And the company sold 2 million shares last year and has about 60 total shareholders. So they sold 2.5 million shares of stock. And how many sandwiches did they sell in that deli in that year? So here's their yearly filing. For the year ended December 31st, 2020, their total revenue, $13,976. Let's see, food, beverage, and supplies, $10,000. Okay, so almost every dollar they sold was their actual cost. So there's about $4,000 left over. But of course, you have to factor in rent and expenses and all of that stuff. And oh yeah, you also have $320,000 in consulting, related parties consulting, professional fees, and general and administrative. So their total loss from operations is $624,000. So guys, that's where we are now on these crazy valuations of stocks that are completely disconnected from the reality of the actual business that these stocks represent. And to get to another level of crazy, you have cryptos and NFTs, and you have the ultimate joke crypto, meme crypto, whatever, made as a joke. Dogecoin now has a $22 billion market cap. So if you look at this deli and go, well, I would never buy that, but I'm going to put my stimulus check into Dogecoin or some other crypto or some NFT or something like that. At least with the deli, you actually have a store. What do you have with Dogecoin? So guys, don't fall into the euphoria of pumping up these stocks or cryptos to crazy levels just because they're going up, just because some famous person is talking about them or pumping them up. And so that gives it the stamp of authority. So we're at the point of crazy valuations where if enough people, famous people, pumped up this USB charging cable, and Mark Cuban or Elon Musk or somebody made an NFT of this and put it on whatever, some blockchain, and sold it for $1 million, people would say, yeah, that's probably a pretty good investment. Right? So guys, don't buy into the euphoria and buy real things that are real businesses that have real profits. And speaking of real things, I have the real actual pen that was used in the movie Wolf of Wall Street. This is the pen that Jordan Belfort used in the famous scene played by Leo DiCaprio where he said, "Sell me this pen." Well, guess what, guys? Today's your lucky day because I am selling you this pen. Okay? I'm coming out with a SPAC that's going to buy a contract for differences, CFD, like used in Archegos, that is going to track the NFT that I'm creating for this pen. So just multiply SPAC times CFD times NFT. The sky's the limit for this thing, guys. So for the first 10,000 people who send me $1,000 to the address in the link below, you will be put on the list for my SPAC IPO. So guys, hit the like button and then immediately go down and send me that $1,000 so you can get in on this ground floor opportunity. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.